Hello and welcome to a brand new series. This is part of my Retro Saturdays series where we play through an old sports game. This time it's F1 2011. Unfortunately, the save that I was playing on F1 2010 is gone. There's no way of getting it back, unfortunately. And you guys voted a few weeks ago to move on to F1 2011. I'm really looking forward to getting into it. Leave a like if you enjoy and subscribe for daily sports content on the channel. So here we go. We are getting straight into it. I am playing this on the PS3, upscaling it to 4K as well, so hopefully it will look alright. Unfortunately, hopefully this is okay. Yeah, we don't need to do online stuff on this. I was very worried there. Well, I did have this game back in the day, so I don't really know why it hasn't detected the VIP code, but never mind. 12 teams back in F1 2011. 24 drivers, of course, including the GOAT, Michael Schumacher. 19 tracks. And here we go. Right into the start. Remember this menu? I mean, it was a far cry from F1 2010. It really was a bit of a disappointment at the time, I suppose, because we just simply couldn't walk around the paddock like we used to be able to, or well, not walk, but you know, at least move around the paddock. But I'm gonna have a little fiddle with the settings, and I'll be back for the start of the career. Okay, we are ready to rumble. Let's get into it.
Thanks for giving up your time and welcome to Formula One. My name's David Croft and I've been getting lots of tweets from your fans at home who want to know a bit more about you. So let's start off with your full name.
David Croft, eh? I did go into the settings and change all of this.
And your nationality? Now, you were rumoured to have several contract offers on the table. Can you finally confirm who you're going to be driving for this season?
So here are the different options, and we've got Williams, of course, who had a really tough season in 2011, scoring only 5 points that year. Force India, who had a decent season, not the best. And then, of course, the 3 back teams, HRT, Marussia, and Team Lotus. I am tempted to go with one of the back teams, to be honest with you, because it will be such a challenge. Although Force India are very tempting as well. Of course, they had Sutil and DeResta. Or was it Liotti? Was it Liotti and Sutil that year, and then DeResta from 2012? I think that was possibly. Do we go Force India? Maybe we do. I think that might be a little bit more
Finally,
fun.
Following on from a pretty intensive pre-season test, you must be itching to get your F1 career underway in Melbourne. What are your expectations heading into your first season?
Want to test against the very best.
Great stuff. I look forward to seeing just how you get on in Australia. So good luck.
But this, of course, was before David Croft was the main F1 commentator. He did just used to work for BBC Radio 5 Live back then. But there you go, a new little press clip in there. It was announced today that Joe Hannard has signed for Force India. In a statement, the team boss Vijay Mallya has revealed that it was a relatively straightforward decision to pick Joe as one of the drivers. Teams announced this year's driver lineups. A complete list of drivers has been announced, including this year's rookie driver, Joe Hannard. Will Joe be able to make a positive impact at Melbourne, or will it take him a few races to get settled into the new team? Formula One's new rules. So we've got the drag reduction system. That can be used in practice and qualifying, but only in DRS zones in the race. We've got the return of KERS as well, and of course the Pirelli tyres. This is cool. Really enjoying it. High speed attained? None. I don't know why all of my save data isn't on this console. Really don't know. Season 1, Race 1. Hey, Suthill is our teammate this season. So here we go. Here we are in the paddock.
Knight, your race engineer. Welcome to the world of Formula One. I'm sure you're eager to get over to the garage, but before we make our way over, I just need to run you through a few things. The laptop grants you access to a number of systems providing important race and career information. We've already set up your email account, so you should have a few mails waiting for you. Make sure you check your emails from time to time, as they'll contain important information, such as weather reports, contract offers, and emails from your agent. Next, we have the standings screen. Here you'll be able to see how you're performing in the Drivers' and Constructors' Championships. Then we have the track information screen. Here you can read up on all the circuits we'll visit this year. You can change your helmet design at any point in the season. We've got a selection that you can choose from. The race calendar allows you to get access to the garage to start the next session, or to move to the next race weekend once you've completed a race. You can also view the tracks that you'll be visiting throughout the season. And finally, if you exit the driver's room, you'll find yourself back at the main menu. Here you can access various game modes and options. Anyway, I'll leave you to get settled in. Oh, and make sure you take a look at your email. I've sent you the latest weather report. See you in the garage.
And officially the most boring race engineer of the whole F1 series, Andy Knight, which is a pity. Sabine Walker is our agent, so they want us to finish at least 15th in quali, 12th in the race. That's all looking fine. Press coverage for the new season. Okay, so we did see all of that before. Race weekend introduction. Okay, welcome to Force India. Welcome to Formula One. But there you go. That's all of that. Of course, have a little look at the 2011 standings. We've got Vettel and Alonso at Vettel at Red Bull, Alonso at Ferrari, Webber still at Red Bull back then, Hamilton and Button in their second season as teammates at McLaren, Massa still Alonso's teammate, Rosberg and Schumacher at Mercedes, and then you got Barrichello and Maldonado at Williams. We've then got Suthill and ourselves. Oh, well, there's Vit Antonio Liot. He must have been the HRT driver back then. What was it, Paul Di Resta back in 2011 then for Force India with Adrian Suthill? Very interesting. Kobayashi and Perez were at Sauber. Petrov and Heidfeld were at Renault, which were now Lotus Renault. Buemi and Alguersuari at Toro Rosso. Kovalainen and Trulli at Lotus, and then Glock and D'Ambrosio at Virgin, and then Karthikeyan and Liuzzi at HRT. So there you go. And you know, we've still got all these bios that we had from 2010, a little bit more thinned down. It was a year by year sort of description for 2010, which were, you know, I think I really liked personally. So let's pick ourselves a helmet. What do we want to go for? I kind of want to go for something a little bit different. That looks like Fernando Alonso's helmet of the time. There's Felipe Massa's. I quite fancy this one. I don't know why. I never would usually go for it, but hey, that's what these series are all about. Go back and do something a little bit out of your comfort zone. But our first Grand Prix, of course, will be in Australia. Now I do... Oh! That was a mistake. Now I do want to possibly change the settings, so I'm not entirely sure how you do that. But I'll see you guys for qualifying if I can somehow skip practice. Okay, so here are the settings. You have to actually click into it. We're going to go for a short race weekend, only 10% races. You can change that weekend to weekend, so we will see. I don't want this to be an overly serious series, and I quite liked an idea that we had when we were doing the immersive driver career mode, and I threw a few sprint races in there, is what I called them, and I think it would be a good idea for this. I think in a 10% race there may well be pit stops. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm hoping so. We've got rules and flags on. All of that on, no flashbacks in this series, so that'll be fun. So without further ado, let's get into qualifying and just jump straight into the action. Okay, here we go for qualifying then. I do think it is going to be extremely tricky, mainly because the pace is just horrible so far. I had a little run in practice. We were 19th, so I don't think we're going to be getting out of Q1, but we'll try our best. Let's take you on a lap straight away of the circuit. Let's get out there, let's see what sort of pace we can put in, and let's remember the wonderful handling physics of F1 2011. But of course, having DRS everywhere on the circuit is something to get used to once again. I'll tell you what, that's probably the best we've come through that little section there. I mean, I was doing it all on the same tyres in practice, so maybe they were just too worn. Yeah, a little bit deep into the first corner. It's not too bad, to be honest with you. We'll settle for it. We'll lock up into there, but we're okay. A little bit wide, of course, on F1 2021. That would have been some track extending, but on this game you can push the limits a little bit harder. Okay, big corner coming up. This is a huge time gainer or loser, and that was sort of in the middle. Wasn't brilliant, but wasn't our worst run through there of the weekend. That was a pretty poor corner as they go. Yeah, we can improve on this a lot, but this is on expert difficulty. So, you know, I'm not expecting really to get out of the bottom 5, but we come up to the line. It's going to be a 1:27.5, which I think is going to be about 3 seconds off where we need to be. So, need a lot better than that. Well, here we come up to the line then. Let's see what we can do. It's going to be an improvement into the 126s. And actually, a couple of tenths off Rubens Barrichello. So, you never know, we might get into the top 17 here. Well, we're 7 tenths up through the first 2 sectors, so this should be enough in theory to get through to Q2. So here we come, round the final couple of corners, onto the final stretch. DRS open, Kerr's enabled. Here we come, up to the line. It's going to be a 125, and that takes us up
moved you up to 14th on the
to
grid.
14th place. And, you know, after only a handful of laps, I don't think we're doing too badly here. But obviously, I've just realised it's a one-session quali. So, why don't we get in, we get ourselves some new tyres on, and hopefully we'll be able to go even faster than that. Well, here we come round the final corner. We will get a second final lap here. And there you go, up to 16th once again. But how well can we get round this absolutely final lap? Little lock up there. And it's starting to rain. Pretty consistent first sector now. That's a corner cutting. That's a shame, but we might as well come round and finish the lap, see where it would have got us up to. But out qualifying the Williams, I will definitely settle for that. But yeah, we're right on the bubble. I think it's going to be pretty much exactly the same lap, this one. Maybe a little bit faster through the final sector, although we've hit the gravel there. So here we come round the final corner. Yeah, it wouldn't have been an improvement, unfortunately. So there you go, we qualify in 16th place, but we do out-qualify both Williams cars. And, you know, we're not too far off the pace of Adrian Suttle, only 4 tenths. I'll certainly settle for that. Let's get into the race and see how we get on. It's going to be exciting. And a full live com as well. We will fully commentate on it. We could very well crash out of it. But, you know, these things happen. It's going to be an absolutely crazy Grand Prix. So fingers crossed we can do something good. Here we go then. Let's have a little look at our strategy. Those are our best tyres, unfortunately. I don't think there is any race strategy, so we are just going to be going right to the end on these soft tyres. So here we go. Or the option tyres, as they were called back then. But this is exciting. First race on F1 2011. Since probably 2011, 10 years. I would imagine since I last raced on this game. I've never come back to it, but here we go. Felipe Massa on pole position, Suttle in 12th. We're going to start in 16th place, so here we go.
So, your first race. Don't worry about your finishing position. Just get a feel for the car and concentrate on having a clean race. Good luck.
Lights out, away we go here in Australia. It's an excellent start off the grid with the Kerrs. And look at this as we hurtle towards turn 1. We do very well there, nearly a little bit of contact with Adrian Suttle. Ooh, we go a little bit wide. I can see some carbon fibre flying in the air. And now we're going to have a little look down the inside of Buemi. And there's Rosberg on the inside. Buemi having a look. Oh, and Schumacher makes a little bit of contact, but we are up into the points, up into 10th position at the start of this Grand Prix. Can we have another look at him here? Oh, we could. Little spin, but we're okay, we survive. I'll certainly settle for that.
Just watch the aggression when you're overtaking. We don't want to lose places because of a penalty.
I'm saying that while we're dealing with Pastor Maldonado on the inside there, but up to 12th. Couple of little mistakes. We got Perez now having a look at our teammate Adrian Sutil. Can we now make the move on the Mexican? Give him a little boot round the corner. This is simulation damage, by the way, back in 2011 on F1 2012, 2021, sorry, we would have probably been out of the race. There you go. We finished the first lap in 12th position. It is a bit of a pity. Couldn't hang on to that point scoring position, but that's just not being race sharp on this game yet. But I have to say I'm impressed at how much pace we have found so far in the weekend. And I think in a couple of laps we might be able to make a move on Sergio Perez.
Brakes and
Purple
tyres are
first
at
sector.
optimal temperature.
But of course, second lap of the race, so everybody will be setting purples. Other than maybe the back markers who are just so far off the pace, it's embarrassing. But this is pretty good. We are closing in on Sergio here. Oh, a little bit wide. That wasn't good on the grass. That was a shame because I think we'd have had an excellent run on Perez into this third sector. Yeah, the 30 frames per second, if even that, on this game, you can really tell the difference between this game and the modern classics. I mean, on PC they're fairly similar.
DRS.
You know, we can have that performance increase, but on the PS3, performance not that great so far. But that was a good personal best up there. There was a couple of little errors in it, but nothing too crazy. But I don't know if we're going to be able to catch and pass Sergio Perez now. Oh no, went into the wall a bit there. That wasn't ideal. But we are still in 12th, which is what our objective is, to be fair. And it's this part of the track we do seem to catch up to Perez quite a bit.
Good pace, keep pushing.
That's a decent run through there as well. So this is pretty good now. We've caught up. Oh, but there you go again, just making this little error. We have got DRS though.
Vettel's just posted the fastest lap of the race.
There you go, Perez having a look at our teammates, but doesn't make the move. Felipe Massa still leading the way in this race. Come on. This is lap 4 of this Grand Prix already, believe it or not.
Pick up the pace. The car behind's closing in.
Come on. We still get points in this if we have no mistakes from now to the end of the race. We still get points. And this is the crazy thing. It would be an amazing debut if we managed that. But it was a good start. It really was a good start off the grid. The curve's really helping. Oh, a little bit wide again, and just not quite in a position to pass him. So 2 laps to go in this Australian Grand Prix. We've got Pastor Maldonado behind us with the DRS. And all of a sudden we're now 2.4 seconds behind Perez in front, who's starting to battle with Suttil, so hopefully their battle will slow them down a little bit. As we put in our personal best first sector of this Grand Prix. Visibly we're closing up. We are quicker than those guys in front, but it's just the mistakes that are costing us. That was pretty good though. 1.5 seconds behind now. Oh no! Oh no! Disaster! Oh no! Well, oh, that's gutting, because we were doing pretty well. Just took that final corner a little bit too hot. And we get back past Rubens Barrichello, we go down his inside, that's going to turn into the outside line, but he holds his ground pretty well there.
Go for the overtake.
Come on. Now we're ahead of Nick Heidfeld in the Lotus, which finished on the podium, I believe. It wasn't his, I think it was Petrov in the first Grand Prix, and then it was Heidfeld in Malaysia. I finished on the podium, but here we go. Got an excellent run on Rubens Barrichello. We're going to go down the inside.
You're 4 places down on Adrian.
A lovely overtake, but the problem is our tyres are way too warm. But Felipe Massa has won the Australian Grand Prix. But our tyres are completely gone. They fell off the cliff.
It looks like you've picked up some debris on the tyres. You'll lose some grip until it wears off.
And this is what happened back in 2011 when tyres fell off the cliff. They fell off the cliffs massively. And that is a disaster. Let's reverse over the line. Oh no. We're actually going to finish last here. Oh dear, well we get a penalty.
You should be okay to stay out.
Deary me, that was not an ideal end to this first Grand Prix, but that was fun nonetheless. I promise you we won't do that again. That was very, very silly, but well, there you go. I mean, our fastest lap was a 1:26.9, which was sort of comparable with Pastor Maldonado, who finished in 12th, and that's where we would have finished had the tyres not fell off the cliff. I think that's probably the reason we binned it on the second to last lap, but there you go, that's that. And, well, if you guys want to see more, then you know what to do. You need to leave a like down below, get involved in the comment section. And, well, here we go. Let's see. He's not happy. He's not happy. We'll see if there's any interview commitments after the Grand Prix. With David Croft, of course. I can't remember. I think there were media interviews in this game. But might be wrong. See. Oh no, here we go.
Tell me, what are your hopes and aspirations for the current season? And do you have any personal objectives that you want to achieve? Do you think your performance this weekend was a true reflection of what you and your car are capable of?
There you go. There you go. So yeah, there you have it. That's where we're going to leave it for today. If you want to see more, leave a like down below. Get involved down in the comment section. Subscribe for daily sports and retro gaming content. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.